Genesis chapter 5, verse 4, the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 930 years. And Adam lived after he begat his sons and his daughters. What do we really know about these children of Adam and Eve? It's a question that has echoed through millennia, pondered by theologians, historians, and anyone who's read the opening chapters of the Bible and wondered why the narratives end so abruptly after Cain, Abel, and Seth. We meet the first humans in the garden, witness the creation of life, the first murder, and then find ourselves standing in front of a brick wall. Just as the creation narrative moves at a swift pace, so does the genealogy that follows. In Genesis chapter 5, we're introduced to Adam's fourth son, Seth, and told that he lived for another 900 years. Surely there's more to the story than that. After all, how many of us can even imagine living to the age of 900, let alone having children in our 700s? The brevity of their mention has led many to assume that there were no more children after Seth, which raises another set of questions. Why would Adam and Eve stop having children after Seth? And why isn't there a mention of any more descendants after him? To understand the enigma of Adam and Eve's hidden children, we must first turn our attention to the word begats. In Genesis 5-4, it reads, "And Adam lived after he begat Seth 900 years, and he had other sons and daughters." The Hebrew word translated as begat is yalid, which literally means to beget or to bear. However, this word carries with it a deeper layer of meaning. It implies an ongoing process, suggesting that Adam and Eve continued to be fruitful and multiply long after the birth of Seth. The idea that Adam and Eve stopped having children after Seth goes against the very essence of the creation mandate given to them in Genesis 1:28. "And God blessed them. And God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and everything that moves on the earth." The command to be fruitful and multiply was not just a suggestion, but a foundational principle upon which the continuation of humanity rested. To understand the implications of this, we need to delve into the concept of population in the context of the early earth. There's often a misconception that Adam and Eve, along with their sons, populated the earth. However, the idea that two people could repopulate the world isn't scientifically sound. According to basic genetics, a small breeding population like this would face significant challenges in terms of genetic diversity and health. So how did this work in the context of the Genesis narrative? This is where the often overlooked concept of longevity in the early chapters of Genesis comes into play. The first humans were created in a world vastly different from the one we inhabit today. The air was pure, the environment pristine. As creatures made in God's image, they were endowed with a life expectancy that spanned hundreds and even thousands of years. Adam lived to the age of 930, and Eve, though her lifespan isn't explicitly mentioned, likely lived close to Adam's age. This longevity allowed for a much larger population to exist during the time frame in which Adam and Eve were on Earth. Think of it like this. If each couple had children when they were around 200 years old and the average lifespan was 900, then you can see how multiple generations could have existed within the time frame of Adam's life. Each of Adam's sons and daughters, starting with Cain, Abel, and Seth, could have had their own children, grandchildren, and beyond. Over the course of 930 years, it's entirely plausible that Adam and Eve had dozens, if not hundreds of descendants. Their lives and stories, though not recorded in the Bible, would have been a significant part of early human history. The decision to focus primarily on Seth's lineage might have been a conscious choice to highlight a particular line of descent. Remember, the purpose of the Genesis account wasn't to provide a comprehensive history of every individual. Rather, it was to trace the line of humanity that ultimately led to the Messiah. Seth is believed to be the ancestor of the line that remained faithful to God, while other children may have represented those who strayed. The omission of their stories isn't about them not existing, but rather about focusing on the lineage that held religious significance. As we move forward in the Genesis narrative, we start hearing more familiar names like Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, and finally, Noah. Where did these individuals come from? Could they have been some of Adam and Eve's hidden children? The answer is most likely yes. Their stories, like so many others, were lost to time, either intentionally or unintentionally. Not everyone in Adam's family remained faithful, and the Bible often focuses on the consequences of sin and the struggle between good and evil. Still, the hidden children were not erased from existence. They are present in the genealogical records of humanity, woven into the fabric of our history. The traces of these forgotten individuals can be found in ancient texts outside the Bible, such as the Book of Enoch. This non-canonical book offers glimpses into a world where some of Adam and Eve's hidden children played pivotal roles. In the Book of Enoch, the Watchers, also known as the fallen angels, are described as descending from the heavens and interacting with human beings. Some believe that these interactions led to the birth of giants and a race of beings known as the Nephilim. Interestingly, the Nephilim are also mentioned in Genesis 6-4, where it states the Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and had children by them. They were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Could it be possible that these unions between the Watchers and the daughters of men occurred with the forgotten children of Adam and Eve? This idea aligns with the Book of Enoch's broader narrative, which often expands on biblical accounts. While the Book of Enoch isn't considered part of the traditional biblical canon, it provides an intriguing perspective on the hidden children of Adam and Eve and their potential role in shaping early human history. Unfortunately, the Bible doesn't provide us with the names or stories of many of Adam and Eve's children. This lack of detail has led to centuries of speculation and debate among scholars, theologians, and readers alike. However, the absence of their names and stories doesn't necessarily mean they didn't exist. Instead, it points to a deliberate focus on a particular line of descent. By highlighting Seth's lineage, the Bible emphasizes the importance of faith and the consequences of disobedience. The forgotten children become symbolic of those who strayed from God's path, their stories existing only in oral tradition or lost to the sands of time. Throughout history, various religious and esoteric texts have attempted to fill in these gaps, offering alternative accounts of the hidden children of Adam and Eve. These texts, while not part of mainstream biblical studies, provide fascinating glimpses into different perspectives on early human history. In some traditions, the forgotten children are elevated to mythical status, becoming ancestral figures of ancient civilizations. In others, they're viewed as cautionary tales, their stories serving as reminders of the potential consequences of straying from the divine path. For instance, the Sumerian king list, an ancient Mesopotamian text, includes a list of kings and rulers that predates the biblical account. Some scholars believe that this list may contain references to some of Adam and Eve's hidden children, suggesting a shared understanding of early human history across different cultures. Similarly, the apocryphal Book of Enoch offers an expanded narrative of the fall of humanity, providing details about the interactions between the Watchers, the fallen angels, and the forgotten children of Adam and Eve. These alternative texts, while not universally accepted, offer intriguing possibilities for understanding the hidden children of Adam and Eve and their place in broader religious and cultural traditions. Despite the limited information provided in Scripture, the idea of Adam and Eve's hidden children continues to captivate the human imagination. Artists, writers, and thinkers have explored their stories, weaving tales that fill in the gaps left by the biblical account. From paintings that depict scenes from the fall of humanity to novels that imagine the lives of the forgotten children, creative works have breathed new life into these enigmatic figures. The concept of Adam and Eve's hidden children resonates with us because it touches upon fundamental aspects of the human experience. The desire to know our origins, the curiosity about what came before our time, and the search for meaning in a complex world drive our fascination with these elusive figures. Ultimately, the story of Adam and Eve's hidden children is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Even when faced with the limitations of our knowledge, we continue to seek understanding, to explore the mysteries of our past, and to grapple with the complexities of our existence. As we ponder the lives and legacies of these forgotten individuals, we're reminded of our own place in the grand tapestry of humanity and the endless quest for knowledge that defines our species. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment below with your thoughts and suggestions for future topics. Thanks for watching.